Beau, why are we out in the middle of nowhere?
Well, Chase, we're going to be in South Dakota for Get on ADV Fest in July. Awesome news. Tickets down below. I figured since we're going to be doing stuff that we're not used to, we might as well try to get our sea legs first. So we found a local place to kind of get used to it.
Beau, we're not close to the ocean here, and I don't know what you mean by sea legs.
There's a giant puddle over there. But there are some skills that I took from my time at the Mojave with the Pan Am trip that kind of stuck with me and I think are like the foundational things. So we're going to run through some drills, see how you feel doing it the right way, the wrong way, and then just kind of ride a couple of cool trails.
Would you say that this could be a top 5 things you need to know to ride ADV video?
I would say exactly that.
The YouTuber inside of me just died. Teach me what I need to know to ride ADV.
Let's get into it.
I am ready.
All right, mount your steed, sir. First thing we're going to talk about, when and how to stand. So,
I'm standing now.
You are currently standing. Let's sit on the bike.
Okay.
This is a normal, you are sitting on the bike. Now, when you go to a stand, what's your first initial, gut? How would you pull up on that?
Let's find out.
So,
how great do I look right now?
So, you'll look like a sail. you look like a mast.
I assume I don't need to be a mast.
Right. As you can see right now with your hands, you have a lot of weight on them right now.
I do have a lot of weight on my hands. Ah!
So
you gotta say shit before you do stuff like that.
so when any little thing happens, there's a lot of movement in your hands right now. Also,
okay.
every bump that you hit is gonna carry right through your knees all the way to your bad back.
I shit myself a little bit when you kicked that, I'm not gonna lie.
One of the first things they taught us was how to stand.
Okay, so this is not how to stand.
I would not do this.
Okay.
What you want to do is create a more neutral position on the bike. And in order to do that, you can squeeze the tank a little bit with your knees.
Okay.
Right? Put some bend into it.
Okay.
All right? And essentially, you should be able to let go of the handlebars and not feel any pressure.
Holding the bike took all the weight off my arms, just instinctively, I guess.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
hold
now,
on. I'll do it one more time. Hold on. Okay.
You lock in.
All right, I bend a little bit in my knees.
And then push your butt back a little bit. Let go of the handlebar. You had no weight on the hands.
Kick them now. Kick them now. Oh, what? What was that? Didn't even feel it.
It just feels natural.
Yeah, I feel way better with holding with my knees against the bike.
Yeah, and you don't have to put a lot of pressure down there. It's just enough to kind of take the pressure off of, your ankles and stuff. What you're doing is you're disconnecting from the top half of the motorcycle, and all your weight is now below where it needs to be. So let's go hit the trail and see what that feels like. Doing it the wrong way, carefully.
Okay.
And then the right way. And then we'll talk about how it felt afterwards.
All right, so we did the straightaway, did how to stand up.
Yeah.
So we'll start there. How did that feel? Because the first time you went around, you were locked up.
I was an earthquake whole time, whole body just shaking. I felt like I was having a seizure.
So the second time around, how'd that feel?
It felt like I went from having no suspension to my body had suspension. Because my arms were doing jiggly shit.
I can tell you from the way it looked, you looked so much more comfortable going around.
Oh, bro, it's so uncomfortable. Even if you're not trying to, for one, I felt like I could go way faster when I was letting everything happen because the bike's just doing its thing versus
fighting it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we went into the turn exercise.
All right, bud. We tell you how to stand. You did good. But now we're going to be like, you can't just go straight.
Oh, man.
That's it. We just go straight. We're going to talk about turning.
I will hit a tree.
You will absolutely hit a tree, especially out here. This was, for me, the hardest thing to learn. You're in a sitting position. This is how you are when you're riding a motorcycle on the street.
Like this.
All right, you got your body off.
Yeah.
Right. We have a high traction environment. The problem is that's on high traction. So when we're in low traction and you have that thin little thing all the way out, what's going to happen?
Whoopsie daisy.
So big old whoopsie daisy.
Or a tiny old whoopsie daisy, depending on the bike size.
Depending on the bike. The idea is so foreign to street riders, but you want to put your weight on the outside.
My weight? Okay, I'm standing up.
On the outside of the turn.
I want to go that way, and I'm putting my weight on the right foot.
You're putting your weight on the right side of the bike.
Okay.
And this is the hard part. Okay, so the way that they taught us, you put your right knee basically into the tank, and then slide your butt out. Other side, you're going left, see?
Oh. Wait, what?
Out.
And I'm going in this direction.
Yep. So our goal is to get the contact patch to go straight down. So we have the most contact.
Okay.
So you're counterweighting, just like you would in a slow speed maneuver. In a slow speed maneuver, let's say you're doing a one lane U-turn on a bike.
Yeah, I counter out and then I slowly go around. So the same concept.
Same concept. The faster you go off-road, the less you have to go off to that side. The tighter you turn, the more you have to go off.
I see.
Your goal is to get this straight down so that you have the most contact patch on a low friction environment. It is so counterintuitive.
Yeah, because if I'm on road, I'm doing that. So weight on the outside of the turn, leaning out.
Tank.
Yeah, as I am leaning the bike in that direction.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay.
So we'll do a couple of runs doing it the wrong way.
Oh,
A couple of runs and doing it the right way.
Hopefully no whoopsie daisies.
Let's go.
First time you went around and you were
Yeah.
masked on a pirate ship.
I mean, like, I really got whoopsie daisies in my head right now. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So I'm all like, man, I don't like doing it wrong.
You came around the first time and you were pretty tight on it.
The second one, I feel like I could go so much faster through the turn. Yeah, it's actually harder to go slow rigidly than it is to go fast and stay loose.
All right, so we've covered standing up, we've covered turning, but we can't just go, because we might end up hitting that same tree. This was the coolest thing they taught us, was the braking section, in my opinion. We did whoops, we did all that, we did sand. The brakes was so crazy for me. Now, there's a myth about brakes and dirt. we're not even gonna feed this into you. What have you been told about braking on dirt?
Use the rear brake.
That's exactly what I heard. So there is times to use the rear brake, but your rear brake is for control. Your front brake is for stopping.
I don't have any ABS or traction control on this bike. It's the same thing?
Yes, it's the same thing. Now, the difference being that when you're normally riding on the street, you might float a finger, right? Well, what they taught us is not just to float the two fingers, right? They say two fingers on there so that way you have control. Your pinky is a hook holding onto the handguard. You're not holding onto it, but you're going to put just enough pressure to where they're barely engaging. Right. And that way, when you do have to brake, it's just a little bit and you don't get that stab. Right. So your rear brake can be used to aid in stopping. You can use it to kind of help the front brake.
I assume still don't stab it though.
Don't stab it. Like everything off-road is all about like smoothness and like not just immediate like on-off kind of stuff.
Because we don't have the traction to do that. That's terrifying, but okay.
It is terrifying. But if you think about it, if you were on the road and you wanted to stop, you're not using your rear brake to stop.
This is true. It just seems so counter to use the front brake. I've always thought if I squeeze my front brake, my front tire is automatically going to lock up and I'm going to fall every time. God help me.
I cannot wait to see you slam on the rear brakes out there.
Me either, but there's one way to learn. Wish me luck.
So.
Yeah, front brake, turns out you can use it off-road.
My favorite part of that is you did exactly what we did during the training.
What?
You sat down and you hit the brakes. It's just by default.
Right.
When you stand up and you do it,
I felt way more composed. When I came in with the front brake, rear brake, and standing, way more composed.
And I saw you naturally push your weight back.
Yeah, because that's just like your brain's like, okay, this is what I have to do now. I'm kind of like, the biggest thing I'm taking away from doing all this shit out here is how okay it is to use the front brake. Because I'm actually doing it, not like being told.
Even squirrelier.
Huh?
When you used rear brake as main brake, it's squirrelier.
Again, if you do it wrong, it's scarier to do it wrong. Master Beau, what is next?
Don't say master. It should be clarified that I am by no means an expert, but I did take a lot away from that trading class. So I'm trying to put us at an even standing.
Yeah.
So we're both as crappy as we
So we're both as master as possible.
You are asking for trouble. So we have covered quite a lot, and we're just about to go out and ride the trail for realsies. As everything else has, tying back in together, we're talking about how not to hold on to the bars. Now, we briefly discussed this when we were talking about body position. You remember that?
Yeah, you said bend arms.
Right, no matter which, if you're sitting or standing, you want a lot of be able to have a lot of movement and not a lot of weight on that front end, because again, what ends up happening, the tighter you hold on to these, the more input you can feel in your arm. And when you do that and you're putting weight on it, you're forcing the bike to do whatever your arms are doing. As long as you can just have little minor movements and you're using your body weight and everything to help turn, front wheel's gonna find its way. And I know that's super sketchy because you're just giving up to God. Anything that you can do to reduce your input to try to correct.
Okay, so bent arms
and
light hold.
Yep.
And just let whatever the fuck happens down here happen.
You know, don't let it go crazy. You can put small little minute stuff, but when you have a lot of weight on those bars,
right,
you're basically canceling out the self-correction.
Right.
So you're there to hold the controls just so that you stay on the bike. The rear wheel and the front wheel will track, and we'll see that when we go on the trail. So this works sitting up, this works sitting down and standing up, this works on everything that we've gone through already. So we'll take it out there, we'll give it a shot, we'll do it the wrong way, carefully.
Okay.
And then we'll do it the right way and see what the difference feels like.
This isn't super rutted out, right? But you got some holes. It looks better on camera than it is in real life.
It's pretty bumpy up the hill though.
The difference between locked on and input.
I don't think somebody would last one day locked on. I think they would naturally exhaust themselves, and then they'd probably start riding better after they got exhausted because they didn't have the energy. For a road rider though, this is a nerve-wracking situation, so I think you naturally want to tense up, but then you end up hurting yourself if you do that. So it's like a double-edged sword thing.
Well, every time that you've gone by on the second one,
the right one,
yeah, correct way,
like double the speed.
Double the speed, super comfortable,
chill. Yeah.
All right. Yes, well, that was fun.
You okay, bud?
That was a little hot. There's a lot of standing and watching.
out here.
Still a lot of standing and watching you do stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you feel?
Great.
Yeah? What did you learn today?
Tensing up is death off-road.
I think that's like the biggest takeaway for all of this is just loosen up and you'll have a good time.
Wait, you said there was 5 things. We've only done 4.
Oh, right. Pack light. We learned that.
I've packed very light.
You have a water bottle.
Yes.
I've got a tail bag.
We've kept it super small.
We came up here, Monday with a backpack full of crap.
Terrible idea.
Do you remember what I did with my backpack?
No.
I strapped it to the back of the bike.
Do you remember how much complaining I did on the way home?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that weight doesn't seem like a lot. It's easy to overpack and like, oh, I might need this, I might need that. But you gotta remember, you're gonna be going through some of that stuff with shit on your back.
Yep. Do not carry things on your back if you don't have to, unless it's water.
Yeah, if you have like a hydration pack or something like that, that's fine.
All right, what are our total 5 things? Synopsis. Number 1.
Standing. The correct way to stand and when to stand.
Number 2.
It's how to turn.
Number 3.
How to brake.
Number 4.
Let the bike do its thing.
Number 5. Keep it light.
Keep it light, stay hydrated.
We are at the entry level of this adventure fest.
This is by no means all the things you need to enjoy ADV riding safely, but it's a good, I think what it showed was the biggest lesson, the one thing you need to know is to just relax.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of comes with that.
And you know, we'll probably have a lot more information to give the people once we get back from ADV Fest that we're going to in the Black Hills and on Pan Ams.
Yeah, there'll be links down in the description. You guys should come join us. It's going to be a load of fun. Probably going to be really sore.
Probably going to drop a bike or 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Or one bike 2 times.
That's probably going to be you.
It's probably going to be me.
You guys make sure to check out ADV Fest. It looks like a ton of fun. We cannot wait for it. That's why we're doing this practicing here. Hopefully you guys learned something from our little top 5 things you guys need to know to start riding ADV. And
really, it was just like one thing to learn.
It is, kinda.
Stay light on the bike.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will see you on the next one. Hey, Beau, what kind of gear do you have? We'll find out on the next episode. If you guys made it to the end of the video, make sure to put OC in your comment. That stands for Outro Crew. Let us know, Outro Crew. ADV, what are we thinking?
I mean, we definitely got to upgrade your bike.
Ooh, I wonder what it could be. You should watch the Live on Two Wheels episode and find out what Chase had to choose.
Had to choose. That's what he ended up choosing.
OC, we love you guys longer. Just so y'all know. Okay, bye.